Some of the biggest problems facing commercial fleets today is going to be the restrictions on using diesel in city and urban locations. The UK government has been taken to court by environmental lawyers Client Earth, and this I think is going to see the restriction of certain diesel vehicles operating in city centres. Obviously moving some of their small light commercial vans over to Autogas LPG is going to help improve local air quality in the long term. Autogas LPG from an environmental performance is better than diesel in several facts. NOx, particulate matter, which are two of the most criticised pollutants from diesel, contributing to poor air quality, are substantially reduced using autogas as a road fuel in light commercial vehicles. Here we have our Fiat Doblo van, which we've had converted to run on LPG. So it's a base petrol engine to start with, which is available on the Fiat Doblo range. And just to point out a couple of the main component parts of the LPG system that you can actually see in the engine bay. Down here we have the fuel filter, which really is the only part of the engine that needs maintaining every year, or the LPG system needs maintaining, and that needs changing once a year. We have the vaporising unit, which is linked into the coolant system of the engine, which basically provides a nice warm jacket around the outside of the vaporiser. So the LPG comes through as a liquid from the tank in the back of the vehicle, is then vaporised into a vapour, and then feeds through the fuel line into the gas injectors in the fuel rail. Around the side of the vehicle, under the cap here, we have the LPG filler. In addition, we've got the standard petrol filling cap underneath the flap. LPG tank is situated under the vehicle, so you can't see it, but that sits where the spare wheel normally sits in the vehicle. Inside the vehicle, the operator will simply see the LPG switch, which is located just to the right here. That is really all the driver will see different from the standard vehicle. It's a simple push button where the driver can select between LPG and petrol. The electronics on the vehicle will automatically start the vehicle very briefly in the mornings or when the engine is cold on petrol, and then normally within probably a minute the vehicle will then switch automatically over to LPG. If the vehicle should run out of gas, the electronics on the vehicle will take over automatically again, and the vehicle will automatically default to petrol until the gas tank is filled up again. Visually, on the switch itself, in normal operation, you'll see a series of 4 green lights which represent quarters of a tank of LPG, and then when you get down to the final red light, you know it's time to fill up. Living with an LPG vehicle is very, very easy. I've run LPG cars myself for the last 16, 17 years. The vehicle requires no more servicing than the standard engine. A simple filter change once a year is all it requires. Filling up with LPG is now far better than it ever has been. We're now looking at over 1,400 public refuelling outlets across the UK. 1 in 4 Shell service stations now carries LPG. And for fleet operators, we can always look at a bunkered fuel solution whereby the company has an LPG tank and dispenser in their depot. For fleet managers wishing to dip their toe in the water, so to speak, and trial an LPG vehicle, at Autogas we have a small fleet of vehicles from the Fiat Doblo van, a Ford Transit Connect, and also a Ford Focus saloon car, and we can make these available for a short loan period for them to evaluate next to their standard vehicle fleet at the moment.